This is a Guide Your Light network production, creating podcasts with purpose.
Start trusting, breathing, trusting, start loving yourself, start understanding, start talking, knowing that there's a reason why you're here. Trust the process, trust that you will be okay, trust that everything that you are deserving of will come into your reality. It's just one step at a time. Let go of the baggage, let it go, and it will be well worth it.
Welcome to Well Worth It, a health and wellness podcast. My name is Mirella Petrucci and I am your host. I am a wellness coach, vocalist, soulna, sound and energy healing practitioner, and sound healing facilitator. In 2015, at the age of 31, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a condition I was told might lead to a disability that had no cause or cure. I was given no hope of recovery. However, through countless hours of researching and choosing to take control back of my own health, I found different perspectives and found that this was simply not true. On this podcast, I will share what I have learned and implemented along the way for my health and wellness since my diagnosis that has kept me well and thriving. It is my mission to empower, inspire, and teach you how to play an active role in your health too. Investing in your own health and wellness is truly well worth it. I know this firsthand. So if you are someone who is experiencing symptoms, dealing with an unknown diagnosis, chronic illness, disease or condition, or you simply want to learn how you can get back in the driver's seat of your health, this is for you. It is my obligation to share with you that the information shared on this podcast is purely for educational purposes only. All information is based on my own personal experience and represents my opinion and the opinions of my guests. It is not intended to replace the necessary measures of your primary healthcare providers, therefore should not be taken as medical advice. Dee Lewin is the owner and creator of Vyve Beauty and Wellness and has built a reputation in Australia and overseas for her powerful energy healing sessions in Melbourne and online for more than 15 years. An energy healing session with Dee is ultimately about guiding her clients in becoming balanced emotionally, achieving more clarity and direction, self-understanding, and getting back on track to live a happy and contented life. Not quite satisfied in offering only one-to-one sessions with her clients, Dee has been searching for something else that could amplify her work and reach more people. Enter the Energy Enhancement System, an incredible frequency and light therapy technology invented by Dr Sandra Rose Michael, which Dee discovered after watching an interview with Dr Sandra and spiritual wellness influencer Jason Shurka on YouTube 3 years ago. After a lot of planning, her dream of opening a 24-unit EESystem centre was realised 6 months ago when Dee and her partner Scott opened Vyve Meditation Centre in Eltham, which is in Melbourne's northeastern suburbs. Vyve Meditation Centre has already seen 1,500 visitors come through its doors to experience the wonders of the 24-unit EESystem, and most importantly, many of them experiencing the benefits of sessions spent in their energy room. This has resulted in some amazing self-healing journeys which has seen an endless flow of testimonials. Dee and her partner Scott have 5 children, live in Templestowe, and firmly believe that they have found their life purpose in helping people at their beautiful sacred sanctuary, Vyve Meditation Centre. In this episode, Dee shares her story and why she is passionate about taking an inside-outside approach to beauty. We discuss what you can experience in one of Dee's energy healing sessions and how these can help with unpacking traumas. Dee also shares about the phenomenal technology also known as the Energy Enhancement System or EESystem, what this is and how this technology works. We chat about self-healing and raising your vibration. We also chat about the importance of detoxing and how trusting the healing process is an important step in the process. And you will also hear Dee share some of the amazing success stories she has witnessed since opening Vyve Meditation Centre. It was an absolute pleasure to chat with Dee and to feel her passion and hear her share her wisdom. She is truly so beautiful inside and out, and I feel so grateful to be surrounded by beautiful beings who choose to create change, make an impact, and who are a force for good for their community. And on that note, you'll want to listen right until the end to hear the super generous offer, which left me speechless, that Dee has for you, which is valid till the end of 2023. Let's jump right on in. Hello, Dee, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Mirella. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here and have this conversation with you today. I think it was about 2 years since we met each other. I can't really remember the exact time, but I remember at the time I was looking for a beauty therapist who used low toxic and non-toxic products. And I did my research, and I remember asking and being told about Vyve Beauty and Wellness. And I was like, wow, I'm really looking forward to trying out these services. So I ended up booking an appointment with you, and that's where we met. And I'm so grateful that I met you and that I have you in my life, because it has just been such a beautiful journey. I remember walking into your beautiful, safe sanctuary and being welcomed with such beautiful smiles. And I actually really love coming to your salon. So, I really love to share a little bit about, how we met, but I'd also love to share about, who I'm actually inviting on the podcast as a guest, and to share about their story, because I believe there is so much power in sharing our stories, because we are able to impact others. So I'd really love for you to share your story and what led you to create Vyve Beauty and Wellness, and what led you to this beautiful journey.
Yeah, my background's beauty. So I had a beauty salon in my 20s, and then I left it to be mum. And in my 30s, I had a really traumatic decade. And my biggest regret when I look back on the time that I had my beauty salon was I didn't feel that I knew much about my actual clients after the roller coaster and challenging and traumatic time I'd had. So I just felt like if I ever did it again, or I would love to do it again, I would include more nurturing and encourage that beauty to be on the inside as well as the pampering on the outside. So it was just something that, it was my soul. My soul was saying there's more to me than just beauty, and encourage that, the wellness side and the energy side. And the more that I unpacked my trauma and learnt so much spiritually, so much about energy work. I was a beauty therapist, and within, coming out of learning so much about myself, I became quite a powerful transformational practitioner, healer. I don't like to use the word healer because I'm not healing you. The energy coming through me is healing, and anyone can do what I can do now. It's just whether it's you want to, whether it's your soul path, your life purpose. So it was opening Vyve was my chance to give back on an energetic level and teach people coming for, I think you just came for a wax, and look at us now, like years later. So that's my place in Vyve, surrounded by some beautiful beauty therapists, but I'm the energy girl.
Oh, absolutely love that. And, you are the fierce leader, and I absolutely love that as well about you. And I've learned so much about, what you can offer. And, you're just so beautiful inside and out. So I love the fact that that's the approach to Vyve Beauty and Wellness, and also the Meditation Centre as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. I know sometimes it can be challenging to share our stories because, we do get into a vulnerable state and share, what we've been through. So I just want to acknowledge that as well. But the other thing is, so recently I came to you for a healing session. So you are a Reiki master as well. And I absolutely love that experience. It was the first healing session that I had in that way. I had never actually, come for a healing session and speak about the things that we did speak about was, obviously things that have happened in your life, to try and work out, where these things or traumas are actually coming from. So it was such an amazing session. I'd really love for you to share more about, these sessions that you offer, and, how this can actually benefit others in, taking their path through healing.
Yeah, for sure. So My belief is that our energy centers are computer chips to our soul. So we have 8 main energy centers, and they're there for us to connect to what's happened in our life and past lives, and they hold so much. They're our programs of our soul, and that's where we keep our pain. And that's what I believe the reason is why we're here. And everything that happens to us in our life from when we're born is a reflection of the energy teaching us to heal, really. So any pain within our energy centers that has been there, not just from this lifetime, from previous lifetimes, is teaching us, is all reflecting back. So it's otherwise, how would our soul know how to teach us or communicate with us if it's not reflecting pain back? So I think we're not taught to learn from the pain and learn from the challenge. I think I feel we're taught to become a victim to it. So in my work, by talking, I really base it all on emotions. How are you emotionally feeling? What's happened in your life that has hurt you emotionally? What are the challenges? What's caused you to feel helpless? Who's disappointed you the most? Who's made you feel abandoned, rejected? And it just comes to play in everything that happens in our life. So I'll have somebody come to me and they're struggling because they're at a crossroad in their career, or they've just come from a separation and they're just, it's things repeating, relationship repeating. You know, I'm just meeting the same partner. I'm having this abuse over again, or this rejection over again. Or it's always the emotions that your soul, they're not doing it to create more pain in you. They're doing it for you to look within and go, okay, I need to heal this. And so in my session with you, that's, it is going straight to, how are you feeling? What's made you feel helpless? Let's start unpacking it, because I believe we're an onion and we just have layers and layers and layers. And as we release the layers, the pain, it's like bringing in the light, you release another layer. Then you bring in another light. It's like a vacuum to your pain. So everything that's been swept under the carpet, it's like you create more light, you hold more light. It's like, okay, I'm ready for it to rise. Because it's not easy healing either. Even after your session, you would have found that it brought up some memories, some feelings, emotions. You can feel wiped out. You can feel incredibly exhausted. But all that energy has been holding back in healing, holding you back, moving forward with your career, with your love life, with whatever's happening.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that example that you gave about the onion. And I must say, for me, my experience, I left that session, I was really like, wow, I had never really thought about those things. Or, there was a lot of things that you kind of block out and you kind of think, oh, I didn't realize that was actually impacting me. So, I think healing is a lifelong journey. There's so many things that we need to do along the way, and there's so many different modalities out there that can assist with that. So for anybody listening that, I've tried so many different healing modalities. And again, for your services that you offer, that was something new for me. And I'm so grateful I did that, because I also learned through that experience, and I feel like I grow as well. And, I left it feeling with so much more clarity and more focus. And I was like, okay, yep, I've processed that. Now I can move on and, focus on the next thing, release that energy. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'd also really love for you to share what other services you offer at your beautiful salon.
Yeah, we do. We do all sorts of the beauty work. We're the one-stop shop for beauty. So anything from waxing to skin, body treatments, it's all about loving and nurturing our people. So whether they come in and they're more focused on anti-aging, they come in and they're more for a brow wax. Majority of my clients are the energy work. So, and 9 times out of 10, I've given them a brow wax, or I've given them any, a facial or something, and I've just said something that has resonated, and usually, someone will walk in with a broken leg and I'll just ask the question, what's going on? Why are you on crutches? What are you angry about? What are you resenting? What's stopping you moving forward? And they'll look at me like, what? Yeah, it's just a different way of talking, but that's why I open the centre. That's why we have the meditation centre. It's just allowing people, there's more to us than just this human body. It's just a vehicle. It's a vehicle for our soul. We're here. I believe everyone's soul purpose is to hold as much light as they can, to shine their light back into their community. And however you do that becomes your life purpose. So when we become stuck, it's just not allowing enough light in, that's all. It's just, let's get rid of this fear. Don't be scared of it, because it's stopping you from becoming you. And I feel so many people, they chat and they become their story. Like, my childhood trauma wasn't my story. That was the first chapter. That was like the introduction. And then the rest of it is about how you heal from it, who you become from it. And then the rest of the story is how you teach it, how you give back, what becomes your amazing life purpose. The whole thing is your story, not your pain. And I think we're just not taught enough, to given the tools to see through that. Yeah. To know that life isn't hammering you with a whole lot of knocking you down for the sake of knocking you down. It's knocking you down because you're like me. I was an absolute control freak. So it took everything for me to stop and go, okay, I'm listening. So it took a fair bit. So yeah, it was a hard 15 years.
Yeah, I absolutely love how you explain that. And, you talk about listening. So I know, for me in my journey, that was a huge thing, listening to my body. And, you need to stop and do that. So yeah, I really love how you share that. And I have to say, when I first came to you, I was coming to see you for waxing, and I do remember us having so many conversations during those appointments, and, leaving the appointment with, so much. I just felt like, oh, wow, that was such a great conversation. So I must say that I did feel that through those appointments. And it was one particular appointment towards the end of last year. So I think it was about December. And we were talking about, I had throughout our time together, I was talking to you about sound healing and how I was doing training in sound healing. And I was sharing with you, what I was going through. And then at this particular appointment, you mentioned to me the amazing technology that has been invented by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, which is the Energy Enhancement System, and also known as the EESystem. And I remember you mentioning that to me, and I actually had heard of it because my auntie had sent me a video previously. I had looked at it and then sort of put it away and thought, oh, that's interesting. And then, you and I had the conversation. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. It's coming up again. So I was like, I'm always looking out for these synchronicities and looking at, okay, obviously these things are presenting at this point in time because it's time for me to look into it further. And so, you sent me a link that was an interview with Dr. Sandra Rose Michael and the spiritual wellness influencer Jason Shurka. And I remember watching that video thinking, wow, this is so powerful and this is so phenomenal. And, you had mentioned to me that you were bringing it to the northeastern suburbs. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to try this technology. And so I'd really love for you to share, for anyone that doesn't actually know what this technology is, would you be able to share what it is?
Yeah. What Dr. Sandra Michael is a phenomenal genius. She's a Mensa student. She did her medical degree in her teenage years. She's a naturopathist. She's a chiropractor. She's a kahuna. She is a healer. And like so many, wanted to heal on a grander scale. And she created this most phenomenal technology in the 90s. She has been doing her research. She calls herself a quantum physicist researcher. So anything to do in the energy fields is quantum. So when you have a healing and energy session, you're dealing in the quantum field. And it's a field that not many of us understand. And we certainly, for the life of me, I could not even fathom the energy that comes through me, how you could recreate it. But a genius like Dr. Sandra Michael has done it and did it a long time ago, and has spent the last 20 years with her research. So to bring this technology out and bring it out en masse, she went global overnight. She had to have the basis and the research behind her, and that's what she's been doing. So she's very well respected in the US in the medical industry. So she has worked with brain surgeons, heart surgeons, neurologists, and has all the research from the technology in these machines. So these machines, we have what's called a 24-unit screen system, which is 24, if you imagine 24 computer screens. They are specifically aligned in corners of the room to create a field of light calibrated within millimeters of each other that create a biophotonic scalar wave energy field that collides right in the center point of the room and creates a toroidal field of photonic light that puts your body in a very powerful state of healing. Not only that, her screens are full of all programs, so all healing programs that come through us when we do our healing, that they communicate with your body, they communicate with your mind, and they communicate with all spheres of your reality. So it's an incredibly powerful space. If Dr. Sandra Michael said if there was a heaven on earth, it would be in the space of these centres. The frequency it creates with everything else is 70 to 90 megahertz. So when you have a healthy active cell, it's at 70 megahertz. When we have cancer, we have illness, we have disease, the megahertz is less than 20. So as soon as you are surrounded in that photonic light and that energy through law of resonance, your cells naturally raise to that vibration, and it creates a powerful healing in your body. And that healing is up to your soul and you, depending on what you're wanting for yourself, what comes out of it. So you cannot be in that space without your body healing. We just don't know what it's healing.
Absolutely love that. And you've brought this amazing technology into your meditation centre, so Vyve Meditation Centre in Eltham. And I've had the pleasure of experiencing so many sessions in this beautiful environment, and I just absolutely love the way it makes me feel. And, so many people have different testimonials or different ways of actually feeling after these sessions. And so, it is a lot about self-healing. You did mention that it's, creating an environment to self-heal. And I love working with vibrations, obviously, being sound healing, but also light and all these different frequencies. And so the Schumann resonance and, the colors of the chakras, and it's a beautiful space. It's such a safe space as well. You've got these beautiful recliner chairs and these gravity chairs, and there's even space on the floor where you can actually place a yoga mat, and you've got these beautiful warm blankets and cushions. So you've really created a space that is just so warm and inviting. And, just being in that space, knowing that your body is self-healing itself is just amazing. It's phenomenal. And you also have the water there as well, the filtered water, which assists. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about that particular water as well, if you'd like.
Yeah, we use hydrogen water, and the water, the biophotonic scalar wave energy light in the room activates the water. So you can actually drink the water, activate the water with an intention, because it's a quantum field, You activate everything that happens in there, you activate through your own intentions. And so the water you can take with you, and the scalar waves water, you can just put a few drops into your jug at home, and you can just keep transferring that scalar wave energy, fields, water right through, keep having that clear intention, and it just creates even more detoxing, more hydration in your body. But most importantly, it's putting your intentions through every cell in your body. It adds to the power of the technology of what it can do. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, I actually really love the fact that the sessions are generally 2-hour sessions. I know you offer so many different options, but the sessions are 2 hours. And I really love being able to just be in that space and, take that 2 hours out to set my intention. And, I think it is so important to do that on a regular basis. For me, I try my very best to get to a session at least once a week. And, if I could do more, I do more. So it's something that I've actually implemented in my wellness routine, and I'm so grateful for that. And, talking about vibrations and, water especially, our bodies are made up of approximately 90% of water. So, it is it's literally recharging our cells. And so I love to look at, our body as, especially with the chakras, if anyone doesn't know what the chakras are. So the 7 main energy centers of the body. Looking at it as if you're actually recharging the body from the bottom all the way to the top of your crown and all throughout your body. So I absolutely love being in this space, and I'm so excited to have this conversation with you and bring this to others out there, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are interested in trialing it, but are also a little bit unsure because they haven't heard of this technology before.
Yeah.
But I really believe, it's a matter of trying out. For me personally, I am in the space and I literally feel the vibrations in my body, especially in my lips for some reason. Every time I sit down, I feel it in that space. And then, I leave these sessions feeling so much more clear and just like energy enhanced, really. I guess that's why it's called that. But yeah, there's so many different things that you can feel.
She's created it, as she said, as Dr. Sandra Rose Michael says, the power that created the body heals the body, and that's exactly the energy in there. It's a healing vibration, which allows you to heal emotionally, mentally, physically. So you can feel like Mirella did, but then you can also feel, if you're going through an illness, any kind of emotional trauma as well can start to surface. So the detox part can be intense. It's an incredible, powerful part of the process, though. So the more that you are releasing, the more you're purging those toxins out of your body. Dr. Sandra Michael refers to us as all being a toxic soup and full of radiation. So it really does start to push the toxins out of our body and allows your body to, as long as you keep really hydrated, it allows your body to go into a very powerful state of healing on all dimensions.
I love that. And yeah, I must say, you just reminded me when you were sharing that. I think the first couple of sessions that I did have, I did feel a little bit nauseous, and I wasn't sure if it was from that. And I remember doing the salt detox baths and actually seeing the toxins in the bathtub. So it's really, really powerful. Yeah, my experience. So yeah, generally, yeah, it's one of these things. I think it depends on what you're going through, like you said. And I'd really love to share more about the system itself. So it's not actually considered a medical device, is it?
No. It's not a medical device. We have disclaimers. We're not claiming anything. All we're saying is you're doing the healing. And the more that you trust, which is why, Mirella, you said when you came in, you felt comfortable, and we have the blankets and we have the pillows. The reason we do that is because it's such a sacred space, and the more you can trust and the more we can allow you to feel safe, then the more you allow the light and the more you can create your own powerful healing. And you can only really do that when you're trusting. And soon as you you lie down and you sit down and you're bringing in, and you start to go into your head like, I don't feel anything, or you start looking at your watch, or it's just like, I don't know if this is doing anything. It's doubt straight away. That self-doubt, so the emotion that's coming up that needs to be released, your self-doubt. You're not trusting. Why aren't you trusting? Why aren't you trusting this experience? It's a reflection of your life. So what aren't you trusting in your life? What are you doubting in yourself? What are you doubting in others? What are you doubting in the system? Everything is a reflection. So, and because it's such a quantum field, you will find those experiences come out to play. So all of a sudden you'll be in the space because you're sharing it with up to 12 to 13 others, and somebody will be heavy breathing, or someone might be snoring, and then all of a sudden you're becoming annoyed with it, frustrated, irritated. So it's a reflection. Everything's a reflection. What am I feeling in myself that's irritating me? Who in my life has irritated me? What's annoying me? What's frustrating me? So everything that happens from when you decide to go into that space to when you leave and afterwards is all of a reflection of emotionally what you need to heal to. So as soon as you start doubting it, oh, well, it didn't do anything for me, then you're not trusting. You need to start trusting yourself. You need to start trusting your spirit, your soul, life, and let go of the doubt.
I absolutely love that. I'm sitting here smiling and nodding because it's so true.
Yeah, it is.
It's so true. It's interesting,
People
isn't
can
it?
have the most incredible results, and then you'll have others going, it did nothing. No, it didn't do nothing. And just because it didn't affect your physical body, it's working on all spheres of your reality. Like, it's working on a reality that is probably help create your pain now. So it's like when we do my energy work, the transformation process in clearing, helplessness or trauma, it goes way beyond this lifetime. And the energy in that system has the ability to clear that in different spheres. So you just have to trust. And those that need the physical proof, it's not going to happen because their soul's like, the reason why you have this condition is because you're not trusting. So it's go back there, accept, acknowledge, breathe, allow your mind to be clear, and just accept and accept and breathe and be grateful.
Yeah. It's a constant process, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Everything's it's a beautiful modality to be able to offer, but it's one piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely. And I'd really love to touch on that, actually. So, Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, she actually shares, detoxing is a huge part of it as well. Yeah. And, it is recommended to have a salt detox bath or a foot bath. Are you able to share more about, why that is so important?
Yeah, for sure. The detox part is a huge part of it. And it's detoxing. She has recommended a blend of detox salts that are incredibly important to use because your skin is such a powerful elimination organ. And so to help support your liver, to help support your kidneys in the detoxification process, to have a bath with these detox salts and have it hot so it creates like a sauna effect and covering as much of the body as you can immersed in the bath for a minimum of 35 minutes. It just really helps to support your body in that detox process. Because as Dr. Sandra Michael says, we are a toxic soup, and a lot of those toxins are creating exhaustion, they're creating illness, they're creating diseases within the body. And so as soon as we start releasing it, our body needs the support. So after a session, just keep hydrated, but also to see, your natural therapist, naturopathist, whoever supports you with your physical body, it's incredibly important.
Yeah. And I also think, I was just about to say nutrition. It's like you read my mind. nutrition and drinking filtered water and even exercising, obviously assists as well in oxygenating the cells as well. So, and look, the centre's been open since April this year, I believe. And so you've had, more than 1,500 people walk through the doors and experience this beautiful space. And I'd really love for you to share, I know you guys have, 3 A3 posters of testimonials on the walls at your beautiful centre. I'd really love for you to share, what you're actually witnessing with people's recovery stories that are coming through to the centre.
Yeah, the biggest one we've noticed is with pain. It seems to be the one that people are getting the quickest results with. And that can be, we've had people with chronic hip, elbow, shoulder, knee, to the point where it's healed that much and aligned itself that much. They haven't needed to have medical treatment or a surgery. And that's not to say that that's going to happen with everyone. And it's putting a disclaimer out there. We're not claiming that at all, but these are the results that we're seeing. Yeah, people with severe exhaustion is another one. Insomnia, it's helping a lot with insomniacs just creating that better sleep. We're having, we've got a beautiful guy, Sloan, who has MS, and he is just finding his sleep, so rather than sleeping 14, 16 hours at some stages before he started coming to us, he's back to, just having his normal sleep, which is what we have, 8 or 9 hours. It's enabling him to just function on a higher level, being able to go back to work and work. Yeah, we've had people come in who might be in wheelchairs, beautiful Jim. He's a beautiful testimony where he's now walking now.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. We've had just some reactions to, COVID and what's happened with them with just the vaccinations, with what's happened to their body after it, whether it's been that or whether it's a result of that, we don't know. But people that are coming to us and being able to just eliminate whatever they've needed to eliminate to propel their health forward has been a big one. Yeah, lots of stories, lots from head pain. Another guy who was 78, he hadn't been able to have a bath for 12 years. He was on a walker. Within 3 months, he was carrying his pain in. He was having a bath 3 times a week. His migraines, he hadn't had a migraine since he started. Yeah, lots of beautiful stories.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. And I know you have a lot of testimonials and more information on your website. And there are some, I think there was also Nathan. So is Nathan also Sloan? Is that Sloan? Or?
Yeah, Sloan.
Yeah, Sloan, so yeah, he's shared his testimony on your socials as well, which I saw as well, which is absolutely amazing. And I also hear that you have a love and compassion chair.
Yeah, we do.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, that's the Sloanie as well. We have a love and compassion chair, and that chair is for those who haven't, we've got a lot of sick people out there and they haven't been able to work. So our love and compassion chair is for them to, to help them along with their journey. And it's a beautiful chair, and it's our way of giving back. The centre in itself is, my way of giving back and enabling people to have access to phenomenal technology that will hopefully really spread the word and get itself out there. And just the love and compassion chair is just a part of that.
Oh, I love that. And I think it definitely is. I know that the more I chat to people about it, the more they are so interested in trying it. And the results that people are seeing as well. So yeah, there is so much more research and information around studies and that sort of thing on the website as well, if you are interested in looking into that. I'm a researcher type of person, so I love reading all those sort of things. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. And I also love to chat about the amazing events you hold in the space. So I'm so grateful to be part of the Vyve family and be able to offer my beautiful sacred sound meditations in the beautiful space. So holding these on a monthly basis at the moment. And yeah, I'd really love for you to share what are the type of events that you hold in this space.
Yes. Well, the one that we're most proud of is the beautiful Mirella. We are so grateful to have you come once a month. It's so powerful to combine your beautiful sacred energy, and our sacred space is transformation at its finest. It's booked out. You are booking out. They are going to be booked out months in advance because the power you create is amazing. So any of you out there that haven't experienced one, I definitely recommend. We also offer some women's circles. I run women's circle classes in there. We have another beautiful meditation teacher, Lani, who has this beautiful goddess energy, who runs them with me. We have a mediumship course run in there by Connie Rose. We have 9D breath work. And we also have Final Energetics, which is run by Brendan, and that's all amazing to be done in the system. Just creates that field that's even more healing for them. Yeah, the vibration is incredible. So we're so grateful to have all of you to be offering them, and hopefully in the future we'll have more classes.
Oh, absolutely. And they are just absolute supercharged sessions. I just feel so grateful to be in the space and to be able to offer the gift of sound in the space and all these other events as well. I'm so looking forward to getting to these and experiencing them for myself as well. So thank you so much for, all your love and support, and also to Scott. You both are so amazing and so supportive, and I am truly grateful for that. And the other thing I'm truly so grateful. I was feeling so emotional when you were sharing. No, I'm truly grateful. It's so beautiful to be, in your beautiful space, and I love your passion. You can see you're so passionate about what you do, and it's just so wonderful to hear the impact that it's having on the community. And, as I said, to be able to access this technology in the northeastern suburbs is absolutely amazing. So thank you. The other thing I'd like to touch on is the Unified Healing Network. So I know that your beautiful centre was one of the first centres to officially join them. Are you able to share more about Unified Healing and what that is?
Yeah, Jason Shurka, who's how I found out about Dr Sandra Michael. I found him on YouTube 3 years ago. I absolutely love his work. He's an inspirational teacher, spiritual teacher, and he created when Dr. Sandra Michael offered these amazing energy enhancement system to us globally. Jason Shurka very soon after created Unified Healing, and Unified Healing is all based on we pay a fee, a monthly fee. So every unified centre globally pays a fee to Unified Healing, and then they create and support and fund a centre in a third world country. So when I heard Jason last year create this, I wanted to be a part of it. And he wanted to create a centre in India. And I joined because I wanted my money to be a part of my energy, our energy to be a part of the centre that they've opened in a massive ashram, which enables thousands of Indians a week, thousands to be in this biophotonic light, helping them heal. And it was all for free. They don't have to pay anything. It's just part of what Unified set up. So I'm very passionate about it and very proud of it.
So yes, I have actually watched some of the videos that Jason Shurka shares, and I watched one in particular around how the energy enhancement system works, and he talks about the foundations of healing, and he speaks about, the environment, the law of conservation, cellular charge, pH, and oxygen levels, and, how it all works. So I really love the work that he does and, shares through Unified Healing, and I just love the fact that you are affiliated with that as well. You guys are doing such amazing work, and it is a humanitarian network. So yeah, really love to hear more about that, and thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, it's Jason is a real gift, and really within one video it reached globally, and Dr Sandra Michael received 75,000 emails in one weekend from that very initial video that he did with her, and then has just created a lot of videos about the technology and how it creates that healing within our body, and letting everyone know, educating. We're so grateful for everything that he's doing, Dr. Sandra Rose Michael is doing. So we're very excited to be a part of it.
Absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And look, Dee, you are just so inspirational. I can feel your energy in this conversation. So I'm sure everybody listening can also feel that as well. And, I'd really love for you to share what is something that you have invested in or implemented for your health and wellness that has been well worth it.
Okay. I really wanted to come on today I want to give people hope. Yeah. So I have found through my own journey of what was really well worth it for me was to see and be a part of a meditation class and learn about energy work. And the more that you can understand energy work and your spiritual journey and your soul journey, it'll help you understand why you chose to be here now. And it is so well worth to just invest in yourself spiritually, energetically, through your own trauma and understanding why your soul chose to have these experiences, for your human body to have these experiences. Because when you go through trauma and extreme challenges, from a human perspective, how can we consciously understand why things would happen to us? Like my story, I found out that I was sexually abused when I was younger, in my 30s. So part of that trauma in my 30s was, manifesting a melanoma on my foot. And through that melanoma, it probably was my biggest healing. As much as my biggest fear was having cancer, it was like subconsciously I always knew in some form I was going to have some form of cancer, because I was petrified as cancer when I was in my teens, petrified of it, which is just unusual to have then be told that you have a melanoma that is fast growing. And, fortunately, through my own spiritual journey, I knew that you receive messages from other people. And when I had a beauty salon and I'd had the third person in a week with a melanoma, I knew it was a message. So I found and knew that I had to move fast, and I did, and it was taken out very fast, and I was very fortunate. But the biggest lesson in that for me was, I know that we create everything in our body. Everything that has happened to you, you have created. Your soul has wanted your human to experience it. And that is what makes everything so well worth it, when you just start to acknowledge, start to accept, start to realize that you are in control. You are the power of this human body. It's just your pain and your fears, your emotional trauma that's causing your body to create whatever's happening within your life. I believe it's all your emotions that are creating it. So through my abuse for when I was younger, that helplessness, that powerlessness, that hopelessness, which is all your emotions. So when you've had any kind of trauma and abuse, it's big. You can't sweep it under the carpet. It's a heavy energy that you're carrying around, and you need to start to acknowledge it. You need to start accepting it. You need to pull up that carpet and go, okay, what have I been running away from? What have I been hiding from? Because it affects every cell in your body. And the more that you heal that in any way, allow the universe to talk to you. It will talk to you. It will send you, as soon as you start hearing 2 or 3 different things to start up, whether it be Tai Chi, whether it be Reiki, whether it be any kind of healing work. You know, Mirella, you're coming to Vyve. You heard about it 3 times, you came. Look at us now. You know, anything that you hear, a yoga class, the universe is constantly, you are not on your own. So trust. The biggest thing that I can say is trust. We have been taught not to trust. We've had lifetimes on this planet. Pretty much reasons why we don't trust. How can we trust with the pain and trauma that we've had lifetime after lifetime after lifetime? The reason we don't trust is through your emotional pain. Just allow that trust. Allow it. Start trusting, breathing, trusting. Start loving yourself. Start understanding. Start talking, knowing that there's a reason why you're here. Trust the process. Trust that you will be okay. Trust that everything that you are deserving of will come into your reality. It's just one step at a time. Let go of the baggage, let it go, and it will be well worth it.
I absolutely love that beautiful and powerful message. And I'm sure that there are many people who are listening to this that really needed to hear those words, Dee. I think, for me personally, my diagnosis with multiple sclerosis was a traumatic one. And, I've done a lot of healing work around that. So I think it is so important to talk about this, because there are a lot of people out there that, may feel alone, and knowing that there are these different type of modalities to work through that. Some people resonate with counseling, and talking about it, and others don't. So I think it's just about finding what works best for you. So I really love that you have shared that. It is a strong and powerful message that I believe that everybody should hear, and that you can get through your traumas. It's about, actually allowing yourself to feel into this and process those emotions, and allowing yourself the time and space to do that. I think that's a huge thing as well, because sometimes we're, go, go, go. I always talk about, this society, being we're go, 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 always on the move. But it is about, just taking a step back, reflecting and going, okay, what do I need to do to actually move forward? So thank you so much for sharing your journey, your traumas, and, what you've actually learnt from that and what you're actually sharing with the world. I feel, as I said, so grateful to have you in my life, and, to create so much magic with you. It's been such a pleasure to have you on the podcast today. And thank you so much for taking this time to chat with me. You are truly so beautiful inside and out. So I really love that approach that you bring to your businesses. And I'd really love for you to share how people can connect with you, how people can book in.
Yeah, for sure. You can maybe just email me, D-E-E at vyve.com.au. And I'll, either way, beauty and energy sessions, I don't do them from the meditation centre. So the meditation centre is the sacred space for the Energy Enhancement System. And then the Vyve Beauty and Wellness, that's where I run all my energy work, and first met the beautiful Mirella. So I would love to welcome you all. And Mirella has her own code, and I am really willing to offer that code from now to, let's make it the end of the year. So anyone, if I have resonated and you just want to step into your power, then use Mirella's code and use it to the end of the year.
Wow, Dee, that is such a generous offer. I am just so speechless. You know, Dee, you're offering my community to use my code for the rest of the year for each of the sessions that they would like to attend. If you'd like to attend, you know, this is at a half price fee. Is that correct, Dee?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. That's so amazing.
Use the code. If it's resonated, I want you to come.
I love that. So the code is Mirella50. So it's my name and then 50. And you can also mention that when you attend the centre as well. That is such a generous offer. So I am truly so grateful. Thank you so much for that.
Pleasure. I would love your community to come.
Oh, thank you so much, Dee. I will place all the links in the show notes. And Dee, thank you so much. I really appreciate you spending the time with me today to have this conversation. So much love for you and Scott and the beautiful Vyve team. I just love being part of your beautiful family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mirella. Thank you, Mirella's community, for listening to me, for having me on. Lots of love to all.
So much gratitude, so much wisdom, so much love, so much love. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rella.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Life is all about the choices we make. You can choose to take control and look after your health and wellness. Choose to love, choose to surround yourself with amazing people, choose to be grateful, and choose to be mindful and kind, as you never know what someone else may be going through. Choose to live a beautiful life. Remember, the choice is always yours. Has this episode planted a seed or sparked some curiosity in you? Let's keep the conversation going. Join our @wellworthit.podcast Instagram community page, or stay in touch via my personal page @mirella.petrucci, and be the first to know about new holistic offerings I have coming up. Also, please show some love by rating and reviewing this podcast on your favorite listening app. To your health and wellness. Until next time.
This is a Guide Your Light network production, creating podcasts with purpose.